Hello, my name is Lauren Schimmel and I'm the Director of Healthcare for DoForms. Today's video is going to show you how to utilize two of our widgets for advanced workflow with your healthcare forms. So these two tools that I'll be highlighting today are our Secure Email feature and our Secure Forward feature. So this video is to show you how to use the features as well as the difference in what they mean. So to get started, I have opened up the aid checklist form that we built in our previous video, and I'm just going to enhance this form with these two widgets so you can see how they function. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of our form. And at the bottom, you'll see that we had areas for the patient signature as well as the caregiver signature. So the first widget I'm going to pull in here is our Secure Email widget. So I'm going to put that there at the bottom. And so I'm going to call this Email Form. And there's a few things you can do with Secure Email. So the first thing is that you can leave it open, which means that the end user on their tablet is asked to enter in the email address of where they want to email this form. So maybe a family member wants to receive a PDF. So I'm going to leave this one blank, and then I'm going to duplicate this Secure Email widget and call this Email Form to Management. And I am actually going to define an email address for this email to always go to. In addition, I'm going to hide this because I just want this to run in the background. I always want the Email Form to Management copy of this form to be sent to this email address that I've designated here. So again, with Secure Email, you have two options. You can ask the user to enter in where they want to email the form, or you can define an email address by enabling a constant email here. And if you wanted multiple email addresses, you could just use a semicolon and add another email address right here. So you're not restricted in the number of emails that you can send copies of this form to. Finally, you can actually customize the message of this email widget. So the first thing is going to be, please click the link below to retrieve the document, and thank you for supporting ABC Home Healthcare, or any personalized message that you want to put into this form. So it's very easy now to not only capture the form on a tablet, submit it to our portal, but also enable third-party notifications that you have a new form that's been submitted. So I'm just going to save this form, and then I'm going to just update my tablet. So I've now opened up my device, and I'm going to enter in my unique user PIN. This is, again, an advanced security feature that I will show you how to enable in our Advanced Security Administrator video. But I'm just going to open up my tablet, and I am going to ask that app to update so that I can get the new changes that I just put on my aid checklist form. So you'll see the system will check for updates. It's going to update this form. I get a notification of that. And once that's complete, I can now open up my aid checklist. And I will enter in another name. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to fill in some checkboxes. And here at the bottom, you see that I can now email this form. So I am going to put in my email address, and you can see the message that's going to be sent. I can get a signature on this form, and then I'm going to hit submit. So just like that, I've now created a form, I have filled it out, I have submitted it to our backend portal, but I've also sent a secure email of this form, which I'll be receiving shortly. So I've switched over now to my email, and you can see that I received two email notifications at my email address. So the first one is the email that I manually entered in my address, and you can see it has that customized message that we put there. And the second email, of course, is that auto-populated email that we did with the hidden email widget. So you can see I received both the notifications. And now all I have to do to view this document is click this link. And this, of course, is a very secure platform for sharing information. So I'll be brought now to a screen where I'm asked to enter in my name, as well as a validation code, which is multi-factor authentication to ensure that I am the right person to view this document. So I just received that code, so I'm going to enter it in there, and then I'm going to agree to our terms of service for document privacy. I am going to open the document, and just like that, I get the form open for me right here on my desktop. So very secure, enabled with multi-factor authentication, and the ability for me to share documents via email is built right into our advanced security platform. So now that you've seen how secure email works, which is again sharing a completed form via PDF using our secure email infrastructure and enabled with multi-factor authentication for HIPAA compliance. The next advanced workflow feature I'd like to show you is our Secure Forward button. So Secure Forward is a tool that allows you to take a partially completed document and securely forward it or share it with a third party for additional completion. So they can be asked to fill out another section of the form or even to get a signature that may not be able to be retrieved on the device when they're initially filling out the form, but it needs to be sent for signature, as we see often with healthcare forms. So what I'm going to do this is I'm actually going to add a label here, and I'm going to add a physician signature area. So I'm going to give this a label, and then I'm going to add in a Secure Forward button, and I am going to forward for physician signature. I'm going to define that. And again, I can enter in a default value. So I'm going to put in my email address, and I am going to call this forward for physician 1 or forward for physician 2. Maybe I have a couple of physicians I may need to send documentation to. So I'm going to give physician 2 a different email address here. And again, I'm going to make these fields hidden because the mobile user shouldn't need to see them. And then I'm going to ask a question, where to forward this form. So let's call it physician 1, physician 2. And then I'm going to set some relevance settings here. So that the form actually has some automated logic. So in this case, it'll forward to physician 1 if it's selected. And in this case, it'll forward to physician 2. So now I have 2 secure forwards in my form, and they are going to be selected based on the answer to this question. So the final piece is I actually need to put a signature field. Please. I'm going to add some instructions. And now we have a physician signature field. I am also going to make it required for the forward recipient, and I am going to make sure that it's read-only for the mobile user because I don't want the mobile user to fill out this section. I only want it to be filled out by the forward recipient. So it's at the physician signature section. It's special. So now I've done a few things. I have added a section in the form that tells me where I need to forward the form. I have added a field for physician signature so the physician can fill it out. And then I have added sections here to tell the form where it needs to route to. You can also make these where they're not hidden, and the user can enter in the email address of where they want to send the document for signature. So you have a lot of options with how you want to do your workflows. And then again, the submit form is at the bottom. So I'm going to save this. Whoop, and I got an error here because I had 2 physician signature data names. So I just fixed that. One was the label, and here's this. So I'm going to save that. And now I am going to update my tablet. So I have updated my tablet, so the aid checklist now has Secure Forward built into it. And I am going to enter in a patient's name, enter in some information here so you can see the form. I'm going to fill out the client signature. I'm going to fill out the caregiver. And now I want to forward this form to physician 1. And you can see if I try to sign it on the tablet, it's not going to let me. And I hit submit form. So just like that, I have now completed my portion of the documentation on the mobile device. And now the physician is going to get a notification that they have a form that needs to be signed. So it's so easy to create complicated workflows with DoForms, really just using drag and drop tools, all with a secure infrastructure. So I've switched over to my email again, just so you can see literally in a matter of seconds after I hit the submit button on my device, I received this message. It's displaying the record name, and it is asking me to click on this link. Again, I could customize this message, but for now, for our demo, this is just what I received. So I'm going to click on this link, and it is now going to open up the form as a form. So I'm going to be able to fill out additional information. I'm going to enter in my name, and I'm also going to enter in the authorization code I just received. And you can see what that looks like. The authorization code comes as another email, and it gives me a unique 6-digit code. So again, this is just verifying that the person who was sent the submit forward request is the actual person. So it's multi-factor authentication, just like you would do with security with your bank logins or any other secure system. So I'm going to hit open my document. It will load the form. And again, DoForms is so secure. We are owning the form throughout all the stages of this workflow. So it's never going to a third-party system. It's all here. So I hit next. So I can review the document, I can see the signatures, and I can now sign my piece right here. I hit save, and I submit the form. So the whole workflow has now been completed. I was able to capture signatures on the device, forward the form for a third party for completion of the remaining areas of the form. And now if I were to switch back to our portal, you'll see here in the View Data tab, I instantaneously have a completed copy of my form. So I will look at my PDF now. So I have everybody's signature that I need. So this form is now complete and the process is over. So just like that, using our form builder, you can build in a lot of important workflow tools that will allow you to just streamline the efficiency of completing paperwork. So whether it's other family members who you need signature from, physicians, or any third party, with DoForms, you're really able to control the entire life cycle of a document and make sure you get it completed as efficiently and cost effectively as possible. So that's this video on advanced workflow tools. You've learned how secure email works and secure forward works. So we look forward to showing you some additional features in our next video. So please visit our DoForms library. And again, we encourage you to get started by going to doforms.com and signing up for a free trial today. Thank you.